Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Takeover Tuesdays. I am so thrilled to be here this morning. We have, as always, an amazing guest. I mean, our guests never disappoint us. Before I introduce that guest, though, I would like to take a moment to tell you about Takeover Tuesdays. If you have never tuned in or joined us before, this is a show about connecting community and supporting small business owners. So on this platform, we have all sorts of interviews with small business owners around the country, and they just explain their journey, how they got to where they are, and hopefully inspire you. So without further ado, I would like to bring on our special guest today, and this is Eve Crowe. Good morning.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, Jessica.
Hi. So this is Eve Crowe. She is a shamanic teacher and an intuitive reader. And we're just well, first, Eve, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. I'm so honored and grateful to be here. I am all about world peace and reaching as many people as possible with my message. So thank you and bless you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. You as well. Well, let's just dive right in. I would love for you to start with who you are and just a little bit about yourself.
Okay. So my name's Eve Crowe. I've had a private practice for about 30 years. I got into shamanism and metaphysics and tarot readings and past life regression, all because of my path. So when I was 18, I had a major car accident and my face went through the windshield. A very early drinking and driving situation, and I was in a coma for a little while. I met the Creator, and when I came out, I knew how to do things. I knew how to do healings, and I believe it was destined anyway. Because when people read my chart, they always say, "Oh, you're a healer and a psychic and a singer and an artist," and so it's in there. But that was how it happened. And most shamans have a near death experience or a scarring of some sort. For some reason, that's an initiation. And so it started with that. I didn't do anything with it until I was in my late 20s. I had a regular career. I was a travel agent. And I got chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, and different autoimmune system problems and was really sick. And the doctor said, "This is all new to us. You're going to have to move home with your parents, possibly, you're not going to make it." I thought, wow. And somebody said, "Why don't you find a shaman?" And I didn't really know what that was because shamanism isn't big in our culture. It is now, it's having its renaissance. But back then, over 30 years ago, where do you find a shaman? So we didn't have an internet back then. So anyway, I did find somebody who lived close by. And I didn't tell him anything. I just said, my immune system is completely broken down. Can you help? He did a journey and he described my car accident. He said, "I saw you as a teenager. You had a near death." He said, "But when you crossed over, you didn't fully come back. So a part of your soul was still on the other side. So your body thought you were supposed to die because part of you was already on the other side." I thought that was miraculous that he, A, knew that, B, he brought the soul part back, cleansed me, and I was never sick again, maybe an occasional cold or flu. So that's when I started realizing there's something to this, and I think I have a gift in this. My grandmother and great grandmother were healers as well. So I started off by doing readings. Then I met a Reiki master, became a Reiki master, and then started practicing shamanism. And so I was doing it a little bit on my own. I was a raw practitioner, which means I was already doing some of the steps. But I was told by that shaman, it's really important to train because there's specific formulas. You want to make sure you're grounded, you're shielded so that you stay healthy. And you need some kind of credential so that people know that you know what you're doing. And so every weekend I was blessed living in the East Coast to go up to Maine and Vermont. And I studied with all the shamans I could find. I flew out to Santa Fe, New Mexico and studied with Sandra Ingerman and ended up getting on her referral list. And that was a credential, and that still is a credential that lets people know that I'm fully trained. To me, she is the highest honor on the planet, the shaman that has the most ethics and integrity with her teachings, with teaching us. And so that's how it started. And it's never stopped. It's been 30 years of doing this full time. Yeah.
Yeah, your story is pretty amazing and impactful. I want to back up a little bit. First of all, I didn't tell the audience where you're at. So I'd love for you to share where you're at and located, and also what a Reiki master is for those that are not familiar.
Oh, okay. I'm in Newburyport, Massachusetts. I'm from the East Coast. I lived in California, Colorado, and Arizona over the past 15 years. So I traveled around a lot, taught, and reached a lot of different people. Got caught in the fires in California. I have miniature donkeys, and I just couldn't keep moving them because of the smoke. They couldn't breathe. And so we evacuated and came across country 3 years ago. So I'm now an East Coast girl with a California twist. And what was the other question?
And explain a Reiki master, because some may
Oh,
not be familiar with that.
well, a Reiki master is somebody who goes through the different steps of Reiki 1, 2, and 3. There's different degrees. When you become a Reiki master, you learn how to give the attunement. And the attunement is a special series of symbols and breaths that you give to someone, and then they have heat coming out of their hands. So it's something that you practice and you study.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. So tell us, Eve, how your journey with COVID have things shifted for you and working with others in the work you do. How does that look now?
Well, it's been really interesting because at first everything became Zoom, and I was nervous and scared because I'm not a techie person. And but I love it now. So I've been working on Zoom. I've always done remote sessions. I've always worked on the phone, and I don't need to see people in person. So it hasn't affected my business in any way. As a matter of fact, my business has doubled and sometimes even tripled some weeks because people are looking inside now. And people are rising to the occasion. I thought there'd be a lot of people calling in pain and afraid, but it's been more of people calling and saying, you know what? I never liked my job anyway. I'm kind of glad I got laid off. Would you coach me into my next career? Or I don't really resonate with that partner anymore now that I'm home with him or her all the time. Would you coach me into my next beloved life partner? And there have, of course, been a lot of people that have contacted me that have had the virus, and there's specific shamanic techniques that I've used. And every one of them that I've worked with has healed from it. I don't know and don't want to claim that I can cure people, but I'd like to think that shamanism and part of the healing modalities that I've done have built up their immune system. And there are ways of extracting the spirit of the virus. If everything has a spirit, the virus has a spirit, and you can go in and journey into the body and see what it looks like and remove it, and then the person starts to heal from there.
Yes. And so I want to share too that I met you through a friend, and she referred me to you, and we chatted. And definitely what I love about Eve when we first connected is that she takes the time to see if even the work with that she does connects with you and you connect with her. So I just want to say that was important to me. And that's what made me feel comfortable to explore working with you, because, your initial conversation with me was just to see if we connect. And tell us why that's so important.
Well, I do give a free 15-minute consult because I want it to work for people. This isn't about just how many people can I get, and it's more about my prayer. My prayer every day is thank you, Creator, Great Spirit. Thank you, God, Universe, for bringing me the people that I can serve that will benefit. If you're not going to benefit and we're not a compatible fit, it's a waste of time and energy and money for everyone. So I do like to take the time. Sometimes I'll intuitively get a strong message, yes or no, I'm not the right person. It's not the right time for them, or I'll pick a card. And I do tell people I want to work with people that are ready to have a life shift, that will commit to whatever we set up. We could do the 4 series, we could do the 3 series, we could do past life regression. But I want people that are ready and thirsty. and that feel drawn to me and that know when they see me or hear me, this is the woman I want to work with. I'm not here to sell myself or to try to convince people and answer billions of questions. I want people to hear me. I want to hear them. And then we decide if it's a fit. And if not, that's okay. I don't mind talking with someone for 15 minutes. That's a gift as well. Because every time you talk to someone, when you have power animals and different medicines that live in your body, they're receiving healing just from talking. Fox, raven, crow, hawk, they're all moving through me right now. So everyone that's listening is receiving healing just from the conversation, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it too, because I'm really big on energy. And speaking of, you mentioned earlier the 4 series. I personally have worked with Eve and taken this 4 series, and I mean, really, I have no words. I guess the words that come to mind for me are powerful, moving, spiritual. So those are the words that really resonate with me when I think about our sessions, because just the process of going through with you has just been, I think, it's been therapeutic itself. And I know that when we did the process, you talked about it does take time, just like anything else. It's not going to be some overnight healing. You have to do the work. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I do, because I've tracked the 4 series. Because I'm honest, I would never want to do something if it didn't work. That doesn't feel right to me. So over the years, I started realizing, oh, when I do these 3 or 4 sessions in a row, people meet their beloved life partner. Their income doubles or triples. Even one woman, if you look at my testimonials, which my testimonial page is really helpful, I found for people, I categorized it in prosperity, love, health, so that people who are seeking, they can go to those categories and see, oh, okay, so she has had some great success with that. With the 4 series, I found that people were having huge life changes. And the reason I realized that is because I give a follow up complimentary reading 6 months after. And I give it because I want to check in with people and I want to see, okay, what was your income then? What is it now? And then people would say, oh my God, it did double or triple. It didn't even connect. Or yes, I haven't had a date in 20 years since I divorced my husband when I was 40. I'm 60 years old. I figured I'd never meet anyone again. And now I've met my beloved, within 3 to 6 months. So I track it in that way. I get back with people. We do the follow up reading. It's complimentary, so it's nothing they have to pay for. And I've just received miraculous and magnificent outcomes over and over again. And I thought, okay, this is a thing. I'm putting it on my website, and I feel as though I can stand behind it. I can't guarantee anything, but yeah, it's got at least a 98% success rate for creating a shift in one arena of your life or all. And arenas to me are home, health, wealth, and love. Those are the 4 arenas of life that we want to be successful in.
Yeah, and definitely I can slowly start to feel the shift. And here's what, your meditations have every day been such a blessing to me. I just want to share that. I listen to the meditation because Eve has one, and again, like she explained to me, just like anything in life, you have to put forth the action to want to do it and listen. And I have done that, and it just makes a difference, and even daily, just going about my day and the
And
space
that's part of the 4 series is you receive a complimentary subconscious audio that I made, and it's a half an hour, and you go in your subconscious mind, they've tracked it, and research has shown creates 95% of your reality. So consciously you might want something, but I can't make this happen, or I have the same patterns over and over again. So when you clear your karma, clear your ancestral pain and suffering. So when we're born, we have our karma from our past lives, a whole belief system. Then we inherit our parents from listening to them. They say by age 2 or 3, we've got all their beliefs installed. And then we've got our hereditary bloodline, our mother and father's side, and everything they went through. So when you're karmic releasing, and then we go through and disconnect you from the belief systems from your ancestors, and then you align your subconscious to what you do want. It's like you're placing an order. What do you want in this lifetime? Okay, I want a beloved who's like this, who I'm compatible with physically, emotionally, sexually, spiritually, intellectually. We need that now. Can't just be, oh, we're attracted and, you know, we're spiritual beings. We're more evolved now and we need deeper connections. And so when you align your subconscious to, let's say you want to go off on your own, you don't want to work for a company anymore. Your subconscious believes that the only way money can come to you is through a job and through another company paying you. But if you go into your subconscious and align it to, I am now an entrepreneur, I receive X amount of dollars per week or per month doing what I love, then your subconscious starts to manifest and orchestrate. And so does the universe, starts to orchestrate the details as to how that can come forward. Even if you don't know what you want to do. A lot of people don't know what their mission is. They don't know what they love yet, but they want to do their mission. So with a simple card reading, we come up with what your mission is. And then we go into your subconscious and align you to, please align me to my mission where I receive X amount of dollars as my career. And then that gets installed in your subconscious. You believe it. And then you, all of a sudden you'll take a course and you'll say, oh, that's what I want to do. That feels perfect to me. So it's really all in here. They say it's an inside job. And it is. Everything that you're trying to create and manifest has to all happen in the brain, the conscious and subconscious, in your heart, in your chakras, clearing karma, clearing old limiting lack beliefs and all of that. And
Yeah.
so
I feel like in our sessions, I've experienced that afterwards, because a lot of the things that I feel like you touched upon in our sessions, it was almost like confirming it for me, like going back to the subconscious, that I already knew these things, but it was just awakening these things. So that was beautiful just to see the confirmation.
right. Good. Good.
Hmm.
And I also do other ways of clearing blockages, past life regression and ceremonies. So, this time of year is a great time to have your New Year's forecast reading or a ceremony, whether you want to do it privately or you can gather your friends and do it on Zoom together, which is really, really fun. Group tarot, group ceremonies. And you get together and you decide, I would like to do a ceremony with my beloveds or best friends and do a ceremony for the year 2021. What do we want to call into our lives? What do we want to let go of? What do we want to align to? And when we do the New Year's forecast reading and all of that, one of the things we do is we look at the different cycles. So right now, we're in the cycle of 2020. And if you add up 2 and 2, that's 4. So in this tarot deck, the Chrysalis Tarot deck, number 4, can you see the card, is the green man, the emperor. And the emperor really in most tarot decks is about honing your power, clearing out any authority figure, any father issues, and connecting to the earth. And I would say with what's going on in the world right now, everybody's connecting to the earth. Mm-hmm. We don't have the distractions of going to dinner and doing all these things. The biggest excitement of the day and the highlight is walking in nature for a lot of people. And then the cycle in 2021 will move to number 5, which is, get it over here, the Hierophant. And it's the birthing of the new way of being, the birthing of the new you. And so it's coming up as that infant and that child. How can I start my life over again in a way that satisfies me? And then there's a way of personally finding out what your card is for the year 2020 and 2021. And for you, for the year 2021, let's start with the year 2020. I did your configuration. Is it okay if I share what the card?
Absolutely.
Okay. So for you, the year 2020, your card configuration that I did adds up to number 6, which is the Lover's card. The Lover's card is either a love triangle situation that you have to go through, or it's choices in love. So love is the big focus in the year 2020. In the year 2021, you're moving into the Chariot. It looks fierce in this deck, and the Chariot usually is a man, on a chariot with 2 sphinxes. But I love this one because it's showing positive movement forward. He's got the world underneath him. He's got all of his antlers and horns, and he's in his power. And so the year 2021 for you is about positive movement forward, accelerated action. So you're not going to have to try so hard to create everything to happen. You've got that cycle behind you, which means it'll just push you right along.
I would definitely receive that.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, amen.
Right. And after I give people their cycle, I always tell them, go find the card online, print it out, and hang it up somewhere so your mind can see them, get the message of this is what I'm manifesting. This is what my next year is about for me. And then you can really embody it and see the outer results of it.
Yes, I believe that. I want to. Tamra looks like she joined us. Good morning, Tamra. And it looks like she says she went through the 4 series in February of this year, and she said it has been hugely pivotal. She shifted the relationship from herself and her ex-husband. They had a lot of friction. Now they have clear boundaries. It's peaceful. Her romantic life blossomed. And she's also saying the soul retrieval was the most profound experience she had on her healing path. So that again, that resonates with me with the 4 series. I think the 4 series is just an impactful way of going through your healing.
Well, you know what's interesting is that sometimes when I come together with people, there's more reasons that we come together. You and I, for instance, we thought it was the 4 series, but now here I am on your show and gifting more world peace and different things for people to learn about. And with Tamara, I had gone to her house to do something, and I couldn't believe all the paintings of the power animals. And I fell in love with one of them, and she actually gave it to me. Just here, do you want it? I thought, oh my God, how can I receive this? Yes, okay. And then I was telling her I'm having a hard time painting my drums, and she's been painting my drums. And I'm going to do a song for you either now or at some point. But she painted this fox drum that I was really wrestling with. I just couldn't get the eyes right and all of that. And so who thought? I just thought I was taking her through the 4 series, and now she's, been painting these beautiful drums for me. And it makes such a difference for those of you that have drums and rattles. When you have your power animal on your drum, it brings up a whole nother piece. And these are things I teach in my shamanic coaching and mentoring. You need different power animals that are around you, on the wall, on your drum, because it reminds you and it connects you to your empowerment, to remind you that you're really not doing the healing. You're the hollow bone. You're open for spirit to work through you. Keeps you humble, and it keeps you empowered. And so she was just another gift like you, of someone that I connected with on a whole nother level, just thinking it was about doing some sessions.
Yes. Looks like Manushka and I'm sorry. Tell me, how is your friend's name pronounced? I messed it up. I called her Tamara. How does she pronounce it?
I said Tamara. I think that's more.
Okay, Tamara. Okay, I apologize, Tamara. I just want to acknowledge that Manushka joined us. Hello, ladies. Good morning, Manushka. Thanks for tuning in with us. I feel like, Eve, what do you think? Now's a good time to do a drumming, and
let's do a little experiential something.
Okay.
I do a little smudging with my feathers and some sage, and do a couple of songs. Time and space is an illusion, and that's the big thing in shamanism. We work outside of time, and so if I'm drumming and singing, the medicine songs are healing, whether you listen to them live, whether you listen to this a week from now, 5 months, or 5 years from now. Same with the smudging. As I'm smudging and waving the feathers, the sage etherically comes through your electronic and fills you and clears you, because that's my intention, right? Mm-hmm. So let's move into sacred space. I still use matches, old-fashioned medicine woman,
Manushka is asking, how does one determine their spirit animal?
The best thing to do is to either learn how to do a shamanic journey, which is a session that I do with people, or if you have a session with me, I can tell you what your power animal is if you're not wanting to learn how to journey. Yeah. All right. So I just invite everyone to sit back and receive. Allowing yourself to just let go, letting go of everything that happened before this moment, any people, any situations, any stress, any worry and fear about your future. Okay. Start with my fox drum. The river, she is flowing, growing and growing. The river, she is flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me. Your child I will always be. Father, carry me down to the sea. Down to the sea. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Oh, hey, hey ya, hey ya. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Oh, hey, hey ya, hey ya. Oh, hey, oh, hey. Just breathing in that healing energy and notice how you feel. And what if we did one more short song? This one is a song for empowerment. So I'd like you to think about anything that is disempowering for you right now, any worry or fear about COVID or finances or love or health or your family, anything. And just allow the song to bring you into a depth and to allow the chanting to shift it. Fly like an eagle, fly so high, circling the universe on wings of pure light. Oh, wiki tai tai, oh, yo. Oh, wiki tai tai, oh, fly like an eagle, fly so high, circling the universe on wings of pure light. Oh, wiki tai tai, oh, yo. Oh, wiki tai tai, oh, yo. Oh, yo. Oh.
Thank you, Eve. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I can feel the healing just from singing the songs.
Mm-hmm. It's relaxing.
Yes.
Looks like it is.
It is like, oh, okay. Coming back into the interview, we all just want to rest now. But these songs are ancient. Some of them have been passed down for, shamanism they're dating it back 100,000 years. And it's having a renaissance in our era and culture. It's, not the norm for the United States or this country. It's from Russia and Peru, and it's, there's Norwegian shamans and all different, cultures. And so it's coming in. So it feels like it's new or new agey, and it's really not. It's Stone Age. It's ancient and just like Native American, but it's just not from our specific country so much, and that's why it feels like it's new, but it's very ancient. And they knew a long time ago when someone died in the family, the whole family needed a soul retrieval because the soul disassociates when there is loss, or if you lose a partner, or if you fall off your bike as a child, or the teacher calls on you in school and you don't know the answer, and you're filled with shame and embarrassment. You leave your body. Where does the soul go when it disassociates? So the shaman goes on the journey and looks for the soul through all these different dimensions, gathers the soul in this etheric pouch, and then journeys to the person, if they're not here on my healing table, and blows it into them. And it's really, really important. And that's why a lot of shamans have a near-death experience, because we learn how to leave the body, go into other dimensions, or die and come back. We learn how to journey in that moment, and that gives you the gift.
And it makes sense. Thank you for explaining that. Looks
Yeah.
like Danya has joined us. Good morning, Danya. And she completely agrees that time and space is an illusion. So Manushka was saying that was very relaxing too as she was listening. Well, I know we're past time, but I definitely we want to touch base on anything else that you feel like is very important to know about your business, your services, your work. And of course, as always, I put all of your info in the comment line. So everybody that views this can tap into your website. So tell us what you feel like is important for us to know.
Oh, great. Thank you. If you're looking to clear a root core issue or call in something into your life, then you're welcome to call me or text me. Is a lot easier than emailing for a complimentary 15. Or I am offering for anyone who's watching today and for people who like Jessica's Facebook page, Jessica Springs, agent, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And I appreciate if you could do that. We want to give her some love and gratitude as well, because it's a lot of time, energy, and money probably to put all of this together, to keep this going, to educate all of you, and to bring you into community. Community is so important right now. The other thing I'm doing for the holidays, which is really, really fun, is I'm doing Zoom parties, Zoom tarot parties, and private ones, and Zoom donkey Zoom parties. And so I have miniature donkeys. There's a woman that was on Fox News. She has a donkey, but it's not a mini. And he has been crashing business meetings and got very famous. And so I thought, well, wait a minute. I have two miniature donkeys that I think are even cuter, and they do tricks. And they also pick tarot cards with their nose and their tails. I used to do YouTube videos when I lived in California. You can go on my YouTube channel and see when they were picking the cards with their nose and tails. And so, you could have a Zoom tarot party with the donkeys, or just with me, or to just see them do tricks. But they're very healing, and they're silly, they're goofy, they're funny, and anything that we can do now to laugh and to create some form of excitement and fun is very, very important right now. I feel that's the most important thing we can do. Every day I ask myself, what's one thing I can do today that's fun, out of the norm, that will make me laugh and will make me feel as though my life is bright and exciting.
And I love that.
Yeah. And so I'd love to do that. And so if you want to have a complimentary card for the year, New Year's forecast reading, 15-minute reading, you can text me is the easiest way, but if not, you can call or email. And the other thing, go ahead. What?
Oh, I was just going to tell our viewers at the end of the video, I will put in all of Eve's contact information. And I have to say, she is very receptive. She has thousands of people contacting her, and she's a very busy lady, but she is always receptive to all of the texts. So.
Oh, thank you. I do get back to people really quickly. I hear that all the time. Like, wow, most people it takes a couple weeks. And I just know that when people are feeling it, I have a second to text them back. The other thing I wanted to share was it's really important right now to keep taking care of yourself. And whether you buy any of my meditation videos and my tarot instruction video or anything that I have, that's great. But if not, go onto YouTube, but do some form of meditation every day, something to heal and cleanse yourself, and forgiveness, the Ho'oponopono, or anything you can do to keep forgiving and moving into a softer space so that you can stay as vibrant as possible so that your health remains well, because we are creating our dream with our thoughts and our beliefs. And that's really, really important right now. So all of us practitioners, we're doubling up on our meditations. I'm doing some in the morning and at night and, throughout the day, just sometimes taking a deep breath and just stating what I'm grateful for. I have different gratitude partners that we text each other 3 gratitudes per day. And it just keeps you in that higher frequency. And that's the most important thing. If you're in a higher frequency, you're going to have a better life and you're going to remain happier, healthier, and more whole. And so I'd love to.
More.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would love to repeat what you just said before we go, because I feel like that was impactful. You said we're creating our dreams by, what was the?
Our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. So you can state affirmations over and over again. I'm this, I'm that. But if you don't feel it, nothing's going to happen. If you're not getting into your subconscious. So the whole thing is you're creating everything by what you believe. Everything that's happening in your life right now is a product of what you believe. So the good things, great. That's a product of what you already believe. The things that aren't working, get into your subconscious, whether it's with me or somebody else, and create the shift so that you believe what you need to believe to have your life to be fulfilling.
Yes, 100%. Couldn't agree more. Well, I will put your website in the comments. I'll put and is it okay? It's okay to put your number for texting?
Yes, okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, I will put that on.
Reach me.
Okay. And it has been such a pleasure and an honor, Eve, to have you on today. And I love this. Manushka just posted a quote. She says, "Optimism is sustainable when you stay rooted in gratitude." Michael J. Fox. She said she practices gratitude daily.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you for that. That's really, really, really lovely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. So, Eve, I look forward to, I know we'll be talking soon.
Thank you so much. I'm so
grateful.
It was wonderful to be with you and to see your vibrant face and to know that you're creating world peace. It starts with just one person at a time.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you for sharing your space with us and your singing and your drumming. It's just beautiful. So I thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Have a beautiful day, everyone.
Yes.
Stay in peace.
Take care, everyone. Stay inspired. And until next time, I'll see you on Takeover Tuesdays.